Good morning or good afternoon or evening, depending when you're watching this. It's a little early morning here for me. I am in Georgia, Peachtree City, Georgia. And in the mornings I've been finding after I wake up and feed the kitties and do that, I've been taking time every morning to just come in and do some sort of something that brings me joy, whether that's writing or painting or doing something in my art journal, however, reading. And I wanted to share that with you this morning. We have a little Thomas over here. Hey, buddy. He decided to squeeze in here, but I'm popping this in here because I got this book yesterday and I just thought it was so wonderful. Painters of the 20th century painting in their studios, and it's the illustrator Max Dalton who put his spin on it, and it's just, I couldn't pass it up. And it's his paintings and drawings of the different artists, and so this is so cute. Where did it just go? He has Monet out there painting in his garden. It's one of his famous pictures. That is just so cute. And there's something about people's craft space, their studio, whether it's a room or a little corner or a nook or a desk, however they are and they set that up, I just always love to see that. This is Matisse, and so cute how he put the little Matisse's kitties on the bed there with him. And I love that about Matisse, how much he loved his cats. And I just love mine so much, so I can relate. And then in the preface here, there's a little comment that was written, and I'm not going to be able to say it in French, but it's a second life, and it's a quote by Matisse, who had said that my second observation is that many of these artists were extraordinarily prolific in their later years, enjoying what Henry Matisse referred to as, I'm not going to say it in French, a second life. So remember, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Always believe in the beauty of your dreams and strive to make them come true. Anyways, I say that because I'm always sharing with people to just go for it, to do what you love, just to create. Don't worry about outside voices or opinions. Those will always be there. It always boggles me when I choose to share something. Sometimes it's viewed as I'm not showing enough, or my words are picked apart in one of my art journals. And I mean, these are just fragments, jots. These wordings could have come from all in one day. I go back and write years later, add to it. I mean, that's what, what it is with people's art stuff. So don't worry about what people have to say or be afraid of sharing. I just share anyways, whether people have something positive or not to say about it. It's important to me to share. I want to encourage others to create, and it doesn't matter at what stage you are at in life. And to me, it brings me so much joy, and so many others I know that create, how much joy that brings to them as well. So I just want to encourage you to just enjoy that process. If you're not already doing that, just pick up and create and and try something new. So, okay, we'll move along here. My new little water absorber. I thought that guy was just so cute. I got that along with my stuff yesterday. And then I'll pan over real quick so you can see Tommy. This is Thomas O'Malley. Thomas has gotten so big. So if you guys have been around, sorry, that's my little stand making all that noise that my phone camera is on. Okay. Thomas is getting big, and his little vet, Dr. Vince, said, he's fine. Orange cats just are big. So he's not on him about his weight or anything. I'm going to use my Kremer watercolors. I got these on a trip in New York a few months back. So I love them. They're just really highly pigmented. And this is a little palette of colors I put together. I tend to lean a lot towards blue-green. My iced Americano, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little music on in the background, and I'll show you a little look also in my little, I talked about this a couple videos ago, how I wanted just like a little like fun, carefree, I guess, idea book. It's whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So I'll give you a look at that while we're waiting for the paint to dry, when I'm working on this here. And then, and share. I just do like a little painting, a little art journaling, a little writing. I just begun on it, but I will give you a look at that. Let's put a little music. I might have played this one before. I really like it. It's called Painting. Thomas's foot is so cute. This is a pretty large brush. It is a 12. I don't typically paint with a 12, but I wanted to try something new. Well, for something small like this, I typically wouldn't paint with a 12. This is just like a really super loose painting. Like I said, this is just my really little funsy notebook. I was gonna do this lighter instead of darker. I had sketched this out just a bit ago, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and record and paint with you this morning. I was gonna do this light and not dark, but I already went ahead and painted over it, so I'm gonna make it dark. I will show you where I got the little idea for this guy, but I don't want to paint him exactly like, oh, I really wish I did that opposite, the lighter in here, the darker on the out, but that's okay. I'm like talking away with you, so I distracted myself. I always want to dip in my coffee there. Let's see. I really should use a smaller brush, but I did want to just try something different. Be really, excuse me, loose about this. In just a bit, I'm going to go out in my garden and do some work. I have some boxwood plants that I planted, some new, like larger, beautiful ones. Oh, I am not enjoying that dark in there. Oh boy. I could definitely say this is not a love one at the moment. Okay, so in a bit, I'm going to go out to my garden, and I got some boxwoods some point back here not long ago to replace my boxwoods that were around my fountain area. And I think with the little chlorine tabs, not chlorine, but it's something else, the tabs I put in my fountain, I think it's not doing so great. And the water that like splashes out and about, it's, my last boxwoods didn't do good there, so I thought it was maybe just them. And I got some other new beautiful ones, and they're not doing good there. The whole tops are drying up and kind of turning like a crispy brown. And the only thing I could think of, because I have the same batch of some more boxwoods in another spot, and they're doing just wonderful. But they're not near my fountain with that little fountain stuff you put in, and they're just doing great. So before they completely are ruined, I'm gonna move those today to a different little area in my garden. And he's a crazy little guy. So that is my plan here in a little bit. Move those boxwoods. And then I have a different plant that the name is at the top of my thoughts here, but I cannot seem to remember it, that does so well in my garden. So I think I'm just going to give up the idea of like boxwoods around my fountain, even though I see that on so many fountains and it's so cute, and it has such a an old world look and feel. I keep wanting to dip my brush in my coffee there. Wow, the colors that I had anticipated for this and then the colors that I'm doing are not even close. Okay, so let's see this. I think I want this for his chair. Yeah. So I am glad in a way he's not coming out how I originally thought I was going to paint him, And then I just started talking and wasn't paying attention when I just took the paint over him. But it sort of goes back to what I was sharing at the beginning, which is create, don't worry about all that noise and everything else about it. Sometimes I'll show my boys my paintings and they're too cute. They'll say, oh, like Birdie, that's what my boys call me. Birdie, this is, oh, you did so good, and blah, blah, blah. And then other times they'll be like, oh, wow. Yeah, I like that little zany guy you painted, or however. So they're still trying to say something nice, but they have their little cute way of it. Okay. And this is supposed to have just like a very rough, I'm trying to give it like a little look of aged, carefree, whimsy. Okay. A lot of times I would share my art journaling. I'm going to switch that side because I don't want to keep almost putting that in my paint. I mean, in my coffee. Okay, I need to get a smaller brush to do his eyes. I think I would definitely help myself more by doing that. I think I would like these two. Oh. And then something else, I just started reading the book, but something else in the book that I thought was wonderful was how the actual person who illustrated the book, he talked about, you know, being an artist and his space and how it's ever evolving as he sort of changes his style, his painting, his craft. He does more than just painting. He shared about in the book that his room a lot of times will change as well. And I thought that was really interesting because I find mine does that so much. Changes. And I used to really get a lot of Disney, and I know I got so many people loving and collecting Disney as well, or rejuvenating their love of Disney and collecting. And I still do get some items and collect them, but I found my collection of Disney really had progressed when we'd moved to Georgia, and I was missing Disney. We'd lived in California our whole life and had went to Disney our whole life, and then being away from that and not so close, I didn't realize that connection, how much I had, and was drawing me, like missing that. And then as my boys were growing up, we would take them with little passes, annual passes and stuff, and I didn't realize how much it was part of our life. And I found, I always have collected Disney, but I found that I started collecting it even more, which is fine. But I also have other things that I love, which is cats and books and gardening and all of that. And so I just started to incorporate that back into my stuff more than I had. I mean, he looks like a little interesting. Little, I mean, that is really so backwards, that dark in there. So, more of that is showing up in my space. The other things that I love. And I was so about Disney for a long time, like going there, that I found that I was hardly vacationing other places because it was just like, oh, Disney this, Disney, something new at Disney, I want to go see that. And so for my birthday, one of the years, I was just like, okay, I'm going, and then I'm giving Disney up. And I want to open myself up to new things. I didn't know if it would be like forever. It was just, I just put that out there. And it has opened up a completely different world ever since I did that. I mean, I could never have guessed. And I have such a love for New York. My husband had been wanting me to go so much, and finally I jumped on the bandwagon. I've been so many times now in the last few years. I would never have imagined that. I so wish I did that lighter. I'm going to try to soften him up a little. Okay. Hi, Tommy. Tommy's over here talking away. Oh, that's interesting. Usually when I have like time for it to dry and stuff, I can kind of change things up. I'm going to try and tap that with the little water absorber. Yeah, try to remove some of that a little. I think I'm going to go back in and still try even, I should let that dry for a minute. Okay, so it opened up this whole world of New York, which has just been so amazing. The museums, all the stuff. And I had just had like a little love of wanting to paint. My mom paints a little, and she's just naturally good at it. My brother, he's just naturally good at every art thing that he does. He can draw, paint, like everything. My dad, incredible. And mine, I used to really feel well, there's the word there. I was getting ready to say compared to theirs, you know. But that's kind of the problem when we compare. What is the thing? Comparison is the thief of joy. Ain't that the truth? And so, I mean, theirs was just so wonderful. And I just knew as I created, mine was nothing like theirs. But I have just found that my creative gifts are just different than theirs. The things that I create and do artistically, I found my own little things and niche that I love. But I still had this longing for painting. And I had this little fear, and I may have talked about this maybe before. And so I just finally, after going to New York and going to the museums, to the Metropolitan Museum of Art and MoMA, which is funny that I'm talking about that, drawing this little crazy guy. But I just thought, well, and especially how we're talking about a second act, how I read, you know, shared that with you about Matisse saying that. It really is important just to not hold back, do the things you love. And I thought to myself, because I wanted to paint, and I wanted to paint like magnificent, you know, and I just thought, just start and just paint, and whatever it is, it'll be great in the sense of you're beginning something, and just take time and grow. It might have also been because I had such good little artists that that can kind of hold you back a little bit when you're surrounded with others that are such great little artists to show your own little work. And that's why I'm always sharing with you guys how important it is just to not worry about that, to cut out the noise. And the noise of people like out in the world or sharing my things, none of that phases me, not a drop. But it was interesting how the creativity of my family, that I felt so not nearly as gifted as them in like the drawing and painting area, that kind of held me back of that area. So now he's looking crazy in a whole new way. But I'm gonna just keep going here with it. Let's see. I think he'll come together. Okay, so I'll show you real quick while I gotta let him dry for a second. I shared this paint. I might have shared before, but just practicing. But on this one, I'm really loving my clouds. I'm loving the depth and the color and how they, to me, look like they're actually rolling in. And also just sharing my little art to know like how much I held back from it. And then once I just finally did it, I just share away. It doesn't even matter to me like anyone else's thoughts on it. I love it. I love all of it. So from like simple little whimsical things to things where I'm actually really trying. I also have, where is it? I have another little painting I recently did. I can share. Oh, here. Okay, we'll look at, this is my little notebook from Pagan All. Okay. This one. And this was with beam paints. And I just enjoyed, these are really light colors. So my process with this is to kind of learn to mix these lighter colors to make warmer tones. And then this one I wasn't finished with. I want to add in a little more detail and such. Some of the colors that I used. Oh, a little house I'm working on. So it really varies. Okay. So a little more every time I just work on and continue to create and try different things, from a little whimsical guy to a little more try to learn some technique. Okay. I'm gonna let him dry for a minute, but on this page, I'd like to write that Matisse about a second life here. I think that would be cute. So I'll show you while it's drying, and I am gonna try and figure out how to bring him together somehow. Like I said, I was sharing in a past video about wanting to create a little something fun, a little small something. Okay, so I started like decorating in it a little bit, and I'll come in a little closer for you guys. And so I'm kind of incorporating like art journaling, where it's stickers and paint and writing, and then a little quote. And then this was a little sketch that was already here, and then I watercolored it and added some stickers to it. Same here, just a little writing, some stickers and such. He's like making a phone call. Let's grab coffee and create. And so, a verse from the Bible. And then this is just some stickers, washi, and then I painted the little flowers in the sky. And then here was just sort of swatching out my Kremer paints and seeing like some of the tones and things I can get from there. And then Isaiah 48. It says the grass withers, flowers fade, but the word of God will stand forever. And then this guy. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's feel. He's starting to dry. I think I'm going to try to do his little nose and face and see if I can't pull him together for you guys real quick. I do find I have a hard time just letting it dry. I have to always keep, I just don't give it the time it needs. And then I end up making a mistake and having to wait anyways. But I think that's like, so part of the process, I guess. And I think it's important for me when I just kind of show you guys in real time the mistakes, so on, because that way you kind of know and feel like it's not just you, everybody kind of makes these mistakes. And should I give him a little eyebrow? Oh, wow. Okay, I'm liking his little crazy look. All right, sorry, I bumped the camera. Tommy, are you coming back? Oh, I moved my coffee and I still want to go for my coffee. All right. I mean, I'm enjoying him more than I was. I did kind of over thicken him. He does look like a little zany kind of guy. So I'll share with you, I know this is my very first time painting with you guys on camera. I usually just show you things after or post, like on my Instagram, things after, but not the process. So I'm sure that probably, as much as I think, ah, it's fine, I'm fine, it may have something to do with that. Okay. Okay, I'm actually really liking him now. He's like a little nutty looking guy, but remember, this is just like my super funsy notebook. It's just about trying something new, do a little creating, having that little fun time. Okay, and trying something a little new. He really goes to some thin legs. And it was supposed to be a girl, but it kind of has a little boy look. Okay, he's very whimsical. I keep thinking, I think it's the curve there that gives it a more feminine look with his little face. Okay, well, maybe I will, when he dries, try to doctor him up a little more. I like when people have that little carefree feel on their pages. Yeah, I think I want to take that curve out a little. Maybe if I could take that curve out of him a little. No, I guess not. Okay, well, he's definitely a little unique guy. I do want to I want to give him some lashes. Wow. I'm hoping it'll make it look a little more like a girl. Cannot say that it does. I think it's also the features are a little larger, so it's giving her I'm using the white to sort of erase. But you could see just taking away that part, I feel like started giving the feminine look back. Okay, maybe I'll write over here real quick while that's drying, and I will try to give one last final try on that. Oh, I'll show you. I mean, I can do it. I have my little Christmas card that I had painted and then uploaded into a Christmas card, and it did take me a really long time. But I was able to get that little detail in of her face and the little dainty look. So, I mean, I'm not putting that kind of time into this. This is supposed to be fun. All right, I'm trying to pull off some of that color. Okay, and I'm not trying to teach anything with this other than to just create with you and to encourage you to, I think it's too much in the face. I think I should have just capped it like here or something. Is it too late is the question. Have I gone too far? I'm going to try and take some of that paint off. Wow. Oh, there. I think I got the color too. To change that. Yay. We are really doing a whole experiment here. I want to give some sort of look to her before I finish my video here with you guys. I want to pull her together somehow, enough to where I'm like, okay. And make her look more girlish, not so, boy, she kind of had a little grouchy look, I feel like. Okay. We'll just have that blend in there. I definitely don't think this should have been my first share, but that is okay. It's just kind of comical to me as I think about it. Oh man, there was a time I could never have shared this, and now I'm just like, yeah, these are the things that happen. Okay. Now she dries, I think I'll be able to add to her and wrap her up. In case Thomas comes through. Let me get that little writing. Here we go. Where did I leave off? Okay, is that dry enough? No. Maybe I should just try there. Do a little pin with it, then I can go back in. Although it's fine to mix the different mediums together. She probably needs a little tiny bit of fine tuning, but I really like her. Oh, I know. Love that. Oh, I think I'm gonna let it dry. I think I'm gonna add a little necklace to her. I think that would be cute, like a little necklace collar. Okay, so I got a plan and she's coming together better. There. And I think a little white under her neck would be really cute. Oh, she's coming along so much better. Okay. So I gotta let that dry more before I can even attempt to attempt her little collar necklace, but I'll definitely share that in one of my upcoming videos, how that ended up turning out. But I'm glad I somewhat got her into a better state before wrapping up here with you guys. You let me know. Well, I'm trying to think, should I give her little, I sort of want little pearls, a little cat collar with a bell. I'm not certain. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to see. And if there's something like you create or something that like you would like us to see or to share, in the comments, you're welcome to post a link to a little video that you've created, and you'd like to share something similar. We would love to be able to see that as well. It's really important to me to like share, let others share. There's room for everyone. There's plenty, what did they say? Cake and pie for everyone. So thank you. And if you guys enjoyed this video or something in this video, I'd appreciate if you would give it a like. And if you're not subscribed yet, please join me. I would love to have you here. And as you like and subscribe, it helps to share with YouTube and others to be able to find it. Somehow that little algorithm, the more people like and enjoy, the more YouTube will share, and that's the whole point. So there she is. She came together better. She looks like a girl now, and I will probably end up adding a little color, and then with some paint I will touch up her face. Maybe. We'll see. I like her just like this now. Oh, although I would like to put a little pink there. And as that dries, that will soften. A little pink in her ears. Oh, she's so cute. Maybe, yeah. Okay, I need to stop. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I sure had a fun time with you today. Thanks.